Good Saturday afternoon. This is Win Willow. I just wanted to do a little video about some of the things I've been working with a little bit lately, including a new Ogham set from Spirit of Old, excuse me. This is a handcrafted set that is made to order. They have an Etsy shop and you can request a set that's off the shelf, so to speak, and is ready to ship out. Or you can ask for one that's handmade, and it doesn't cost any extra to do that. It just takes them a little bit of time, obviously, to create it and then ship it out. So you do a little bit of waiting, but as you can see, I think it's very much worth any kind of wait that you would have. And to be honest, it was only about 2 weeks, and it was shipped from the UK, and I'm in Georgia, United States, so this is not too bad. I've ordered things from elsewhere in the US and it took longer to get here, so I'm very pleased. You get a little certificate of authenticity and you get the person's name who crafted it, which I like. And you get a little cheat sheet sort of that tells you what each Ogham is, what it represents, what tree it's made of, because these are all corresponding to the correct Celtic tree original to the Ogham. And they're just beautiful, just gorgeous. Before I did this little video, I did smudge them. I used mugwort, cedar, and lavender. And it was not because I felt like they needed, you know, some sort of energy clearing. It was just, it's something I normally do with anything that's new and it's been, you know, worked with in somebody else's hands a lot. And then it's also, you know, of course, mugwort. It's also to kind of connect to spirit a little bit, to connect to the ethers, to connect to the energy around them, and for me to bond with it a little bit. I think mugwort is a good bridge for that to happen. So, and they seem to enjoy it. That sounds silly, doesn't it? They like the smoke bath. They're gorgeous. Okay, so I'll just go through, I'll use this list that they gave me. I'll go through each one of them very quickly and tell you what they are. All right, so the first one is birch, and it stands for new beginnings, bringing change, birth of new ideas, general good fortune. The second one is rowan, which, by the way, whenever I say my name is Win Willow, I use Win because it's an English version of the rune Wunjo. Win, W-Y-N-N, is another way of referencing that rune. But it's also kind of a play on words because it's short for the word rowan, as in the tree rowan. And I've just spelled the ending of rowan Y-N instead of A-N. Okay, a little off topic. Rowan is for protection, control of the senses, the strength to turn away negativity, vitality, healing, and magic. Alder is the third. Alder is prophecy, divination, scrying, intuition, remaining true to your ethics, music, and poetry. Sorry, let me cut the commercial off. I'm listening to Pandora, and I love Pandora except for the commercials. Okay, so it's also for music and poetry. How ironic, because my music was interrupted when I was talking about it. Okay. The fourth one is willow. Okay, so obviously that's part of my name too. That's a wood I work with a lot, and energy I work with a lot. Willow is representative of feminine energy, fertility, psychic powers, intuition, cunning, new forces, flowing enchantment. Ash, which is directly center, is fate, divine process, connections to the world, spiritual inspiration, and it means to take action. Hawthorn, which is kind of cockeyed there with the one slash going to the left. Fate, divine, oh, I'm sorry, I read that one. Hawthorn is for protection, purification, learning through adversity, sexuality, and self-sacrifice. Oak, with the 2 slashes to the left, is for strength, endurance, opening new doors, new paths, power to endure, protection, and leadership. Holly, next to it, is for balance, integrity, justice, test ordeals, courage, mastery over self, legal or money matters, and growth. Hazel, with the 4 slashes, is for creativity, poetry, intuition, the powers of divination, perception, inspiration, and arbitration. Apple, which has 5 slashes to the left there, is choosing that which is beneficial. It's also for love, beauty, healing, nourishment, and living fully. Vine, which is beautiful. Let me just, sorry for the shakiness. Vine is really pretty. And I'm not sure what vine this is made of. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I may actually message them to ask, because it might matter to me a little bit what type of vine this is, if they can tell me. I just think it's a really pretty piece of wood, for one thing. Lots of interesting swirling going on it. All right, so vine is for psychic senses, harvest, visionary states, patience, releasing logic and reason, and to help one examine their life's purpose or life's lessons. Next to that is ivy, with the 2 slashes that are kind of diagonal. Follow the spiral of life. Explore personal paths, transformation in self, career, and education. The next one is reed. And reed is, if you can hear it, whenever I'm handling it, can you hear it? It's very lightweight. It's even kind of hard to set here. I mean, it's a reed, so that makes sense, right? But still kind of a unique sound that it's making. All of them have sort of a sound, a little bit of a musical quality. I believe it was Joey Morris that said something similar, and she ordered, I think from this same company. Anyway, I just recently watched her video because I was trying to see kind of what's already out there about Ogham on the internet. Anyway, I think it was her. She mentioned that there is a musical quality to these, you know, to these Oghams, to these pieces of wood as they touch each other and mingle together, especially in their little pouch, or as you're, you know, using them for divination. Okay, so reed is for awareness of environment, creating order from chaos, progress through vigilance, harmony of will, and action. Next to it is blackthorn. It symbolizes fate, wheel of fortune, trials and tribulations that lead to change. Represents true liberation and rebirth. Next to it is elder. Check out elder. Do you see the green outline around where the carving is? You can see the green in the wood. And I think that's really pretty. And a reminder of the life of the elder, too, which is sometimes thought to be, well, I've always read that it's sometimes thought to hold within its spirits and be alive, have a living quality that's maybe more unique than some other woods. Of course, I think all trees have living qualities, obviously. But anyway. All right, so elder symbolizes passing of old cycles, looking ahead, change and renewal. Could represent new residence, career, and health. Silver fir, which kind of looks like a sword here in a way, is for clear vision, foresight, being grounded in the present, and nurturing new projects. Gorse, which is sort of gnarly and pretty. Like that. It's really pretty. Really nice energy off of all of these. Really fun to touch. So gorse is for the increase of material possessions. It represents sexual energy and the repelling of negative energy. Next to that is heather. And heather symbolizes the world of spirit. It represents healing, personal success, well-being, fertility, prosperity, fairy magic, and romance. I have to touch heather too. It's hard for me to see through this when I'm actually touching. So this is heather. The next is white poplar, which is for overcoming fear and doubt, inner guidance, determination, rebirth, omens, sun signs, creativity, and creative solutions. The last one is yew, which is for accepting the inevitable. It also represents destiny, death, and rebirth, new starts, contact with the past, and is also a tree linked to reincarnation and witchcraft. I'm adding that on my own. And it's a really beautiful piece too, and it's curved a little bit, which I like. It makes it a little bit unique. There's beautiful notches and holes and things unique to each piece. You do get a little drawstring bag. It's plain. I may embroider it or either make my own bag. I've kind of got a few pieces of fabric out here that I'm kind of contemplating that maybe I would use them to make my own bag, or even considered getting a box for them to store them in, or both. All right, so I kind of had a couple books out here. One is specifically on Celtic tree magic, and I haven't had this one too long. It's by Danu Forest, and it's specifically about Oghams and Ogham lore, rather, and Druid mysteries.